Why are bakers the most generous and unselfish people on the face of the earth? It's because they sell the things that they need themselves. Haha. Although I've been making bread for many years, in true typical man style, I never used to use a recipe, so every time I make bread it used to come out different. It was only until recently that I actually started developing a recipe, and now I think I have it down to just the right amount of ingredients I need to do the perfect bread every single time. Or ideally, you want your shortening to be room temperature, but if you don't have it at room temperature and you just take it out to the fridge, this is a good trick to get it down to the temperature that you need it at, and it's also a way to make sure that your water is at the perfect temperature as well. Add your shortening to a bowl and add half a cup of boiling water to the shortening. This will begin to melt the shortening. Now you want to add the rest of your water. You want to add 1 cup of room temperature water. Now this is the ratio to get your water at the perfect temperature to activate the yeast properly. Half a cup of boiling water or hot water, 1 cup of room temperature water. You want to set the wet ingredients aside and start working on the dry ingredients. We have 4 cups of flour. We have our packet of yeast, and we have the salt. You want to mix all those dry ingredients together and make sure they're properly combined. Now you want to add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and start mixing your dough. Now this is the part plenty people have trouble with. They don't like to get their hands dirty when you're making bread. If you don't like to get your hands dirty, use a bread machine and just skip this video. But if you want to make bread, you can't make bread without getting your hands dirty. You want to get in there and start to work the dough until it forms into a ball. And kneading the dough is no rocket science. All you're using is your fingers and the base of your palm. You're using the base of your palm to push the dough and using your fingers to pull the dough. And that stretching action is going to develop the gluten and bring the dough together. This is the part of making bread that I enjoy the most. You take about 8 to 10 minutes and you just work the dough and, just kind of clear your mind. Just, slow it down, whatever you're doing, whatever you have going on. Just, forget about it and just focus on the dough and, just relax. After kneading the dough for 8 to 10 minutes, it'll come together in a smooth ball. Now you want to rest the dough for about 25 minutes to half an hour to let it proof. Once our dough has doubled in size, you want to punch out all the air and then knead it again for about 5 minutes. At this point, you could put the dough in a bread pan, but we're doing it free form here, so I'm just gonna, make it into a nice kind of ovalish shape. Place it on a greased baking tray, and you want to cover it and let it proof for another 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, your dough should be ready. At this point, this is when we're gonna do our fake artisanal bread kind of thing. Now these slits on top of the bread are not just for decorative purposes. This will actually allow steam to escape through the dough and allow the bread to cook evenly. We're looking good here and we're ready for the oven. You want to place this in our oven preheated at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, bread done. We're looking real good. Only one thing left to do, and that's to take some unsalted butter and just kiss the bread with that butter all over. Just make sure that the bread get a nice slathering of butter, and I'm gonna give the crust a real buttery kind of flaky finish. Perfect. And that is it. Simple enough. This is how I make my bread now. A couple of things that I want to mention to make sure that the bread comes out perfectly is, again, the temperature of your water and also the temperature of your room. If you're in an apartment and you have AC, I would suggest turning off the AC when you're making the bread, because that could affect the outcome of your bread as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and a share. And if you do try this recipe, please post your pics to Facebook and Instagram and tag us in it. I really just want to take time out to just thank everyone for watching all the videos this year, everyone who commented and shared our videos. We really appreciate the support, and we look forward to bringing you even more great content in the year to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.